Concept of database management system part 2. This is a continuation of the yesterday's portion. All right. So now let us see that how the other parts, that is mostly here we will discuss the aspects of relational database management system and the keys available and how the data can be retrieved with the help of keys. First of all, let us see the different types of database management system. Fine. Okay. So there are four types actually are there in DBMS, database management system, that is relational database management system, hierarchical database management system, network database management system, and object oriented database management system. So out of these four, only we will work with relational database management system. Other three are not in the syllabus. Okay, that is the beyond the scope of our syllabus. So first of all, we will see the relational database management system here. Okay, before going to that, I'm going once to the database server. Okay, relational database management system. Okay, and then we have to come to the database server. Fine. Okay, first of all, let us see what is database server. These are the dedicated computer that store the data in a database which can be accessed through DBMS and related software. Fine. So DBMS means that can be MySQL, that can be MS Access, that can be Sybase, all these things. Okay, and the database servers are based on client server architecture. You have seen in the previous issues of the YouTube videos like networking and all, when I have discussed over there. They are the networking models, client server architecture has been discussed. You can refer to that particular portion. The users send their request to the server through an interface known as front end, and another server is known as the back end, process the request and provides the required data. So whenever client server architecture means whenever client is actually sending a request that has been solved by the server, that is called client server architecture. All right. So next we are coming to the relational database management system. So what is this actually? Relational database management system is a type of DBMS software, okay, that uses the relational database model for its database. The relational model enables the users to store data in several tables. It has the ability to retrieve data from the different related tables conveniently to produce the answers to questions that cannot be answered from individual table. It is not possible. Okay. The data can be joined by establishing a relationship between tables, and information can be accessed from them at once. The relationship between different tables can be defined by their common fields using the concept of keys. Okay, that's what we will come later, the concept of keys. Okay, and IDBMS provides the features to create, update, and administer a relational database. You can see here the examples of database RDBMS, MS Access, MySQL, Sybase, etc. There are many are there. All right, and RDBMS makes it easy to search and retrieve the data within the database and ensures that data integrity is maintained. All right, the connection between the data, logical connection between the data must be maintained, and the relational structure makes it possible to run queries across multiple tables at once. That is the thing. So that is the basic purpose of the RDBMS relational database management system, where the relationship can be established between several tables, among several tables stored in a database. Fine. Now let us see the concept of keys in RDBMS. What is actually a key? A key plays an important role in the relational database model. It is used for identifying unique records. Records may be referred to as rows or tuples also, as I had explained it yesterday, from a table. It also establishes a relationship among the tables. Fine. Relationships are like relationships are links that associate a field in one table with a field in another table. That is what actually the key says. Fine. Let us see now what is a primary key. A primary key is a set of one or more fields that uniquely identifies each record in a table. It does not contain any duplicate data. Like here you can see in this particular table, the student ID has been referred to as the primary key. Now what is happening out here? The student ID is unique in nature, okay, and then first name, last name, course ID. This particular three fields cannot be the primary key, or if someone is keeping, in that case what will happen, these names cannot be entered once again. Okay, that's why the student ID is unique in nature, that uniquely identifies a particular student in a database or in a table, you can say. And the course ID also. Okay, several many students can take the same course, so the course ID cannot be the primary key. And first, many students may have the name Jim or James like that, so the first name cannot be the primary key, and last name similarly, the many of them may have the surname as Holland, MacLeod, all these things and all, Murray, all these things and all. So it also cannot be the primary key. So whenever you are selecting the primary key, it must be unique in nature, like any ID, bank book ID, or bank account number, Aadhaar card number, then PAN number, passport number. All right, these are the types of the numbers, these are the types of the fields which can be the primary key. Okay, all the keys, any type of field you cannot keep the primary key, then it will have problem in retrieving the data. Okay, so we can say that primary key is a set of one or more fields that uniquely identifies each record in a table. Here we are showing only here I am showing you only the one field is having the primary keys. Afterwards we will see the composite primary key. Okay, that's what the thing. Now the thing is that rules that are used for defining a primary key. A primary key field should be unique in nature. It simply means two rows cannot have the same value in the primary key field. Okay, as for example, if you refer to this table, see, two fields cannot have the same value as has been said in the primary key field. The two rows cannot have the same value in the primary key field. You come over here, see, one more student ID I cannot take as L00023455. I can't take it like that, as it has been defined as the primary key. That is the nature of the primary key. It does not allow any duplicate data in a particular table. Okay, if the primary key has been defined. Listen, if you are not defining a primary key, it will not be a problem. Okay, it will not say anything to you. Okay, only an alert message may be given that you have not set any key as any field as the primary key. But what will happen if you are keeping the student ID L00023455 for one more student or two more students? Then what will happen? How when you will retrieve the data, which data which data will actually to be fetched, like that. Okay, so either James, suppose Jim is having L00023455, and James also will have L00023455, and Amanda also will have L00023455. In that case, which data to fetch? Okay, so there will be an confusion will arise, there will be a confusion will arise in that case. So what will happen, the inconsistency will appear in that case, data redundancy will appear in that case, so you will not have the that kind of thing. That's why the primary key, it never allow us to um, uh, um, uh, it never allow us to refer a key, okay, with the same value twice or thrice or more than that. All right, so it never allows any duplicate value. The primary key field cannot be null. Null means nothing. That means every row must contain a value. Okay, so you cannot keep it empty. That's what null actually is been referred to. And the value is in a primary key field can never be modified or updated, okay, if any foreign key refers to that primary key. Okay, so foreign key is a kind of key. We will see that in the next slide. Okay, what is foreign key? A foreign key is a field or a set of fields that is used to establish a relation between two tables. Okay, in other words, it consists of one or more fields whose value matches with a primary key in another table. Basically, a foreign key in one table is used to point a primary key in another table. That is the function. Okay, it acts as a cross reference between the tables. Means when the cross checking to be done, so sometimes we do the cross checking with our copies or any data that we are providing to someone. Okay, that is called cross checking. Now here you see the relationship has been built with the common field course ID between this table A and this is the table B. Now what is happening? Course ID is A004C002 and S042 has been defined out here, referred out here. Okay, and the key A004 has been assigned, and P301 has not been assigned. Other three keys have been assigned, that is used twice. Now here in this particular table, this is the parent table actually, where the course ID is the primary key, and in the child table the course ID is not the primary key. It is actually been referred to as foreign key. Now the thing is that you cannot change the value of C002 as it has been defined in the child table or the table B as it has been defined. But P301 you can change as it has not been assigned yet. But once it has been assigned, you cannot. Now you see, suppose if you think that you want to enter one more value in this particular table, that is the child table, okay, where the foreign key is existing, we are taking it as child table, and where the primary key is existing, we are taking it as a parent table. Fine. Now suppose you thought that, okay, I will enter one more value, say L000120, okay, here, and I will enter a value over here with the course ID. Fine. It will not be accepted out here. Why? Because that particular key has not been defined as the course ID over here. Okay. So the insertion will not be possible over here in the child table unless you are inserting the particular course ID over here. So the thing is that you cannot do it in that way with another course ID, say S042. Okay, you thought that L00011200, then you will take say John, and you will say John McCarthy, and last name, and the course ID will take S say 048. So this will not be accepted out here. Why? Because S048, which is the course ID, has not been referred over here. So if you want to insert it, first of all you have to take the course ID, enter the course ID, insert the course ID over here S048. So the insertion is not possible in the child table, all right, where the foreign key is existing. Okay. Another thing is that if you want to delete C002 from the parent table, where the primary key is existing, it will not be also be possible. Okay. Why? Because it has been defined over here. So first you have to delete it from here, then you will be able to remove it from here. Otherwise you will not be able to delete from here. So what we have found? We have found that from the child table, in the child table insertion is not possible, and in the parent table deletion is not possible once the particular key has been referred, okay, as foreign key. All right, understood? That is the thing. So in this way what is happening, a cross referencing has been done between two tables. Okay, so that is actually the foreign key, and that's what it provides the security. Accidental deletion will not be possible, and sudden insertion also will not be possible. Okay, that is what actually the foreign key says. Fine, that is the thing. So in this way the referential integrity can be maintained by using the foreign key. Like primary key is actually gives us the data consistency, and data duplicacy will not be possible. Similarly, foreign key provides us what? The referential integrity. Accidental deletion and sudden insertion will not be possible once the foreign key has been referred to. So a foreign key is a field or a set of fields that is used to establish a relation between two tables. In other words, it consists of one or more fields whose value matches with a primary key in another table. Okay, that is what the foreign key actually is pointing a primary key to the another table. Okay, so where the primary key is existing, that is called parent table. Okay, and where the foreign key is existing, that is called child table. So here it is quite clear from the explanation as well as from the illustration. Fine. So this is what actually the foreign key. Fine. So next we are coming to the another type of key, that is a primary key. A part of primary key, consider the composite primary key. It is a primary key refers to a combination of two or more attributes that uniquely identify the records in a table. It may be a candidate key or a primary key. So we'll come later to the candidate key. Candidate key is simple, very simple. Means like the fields that are eligible to be the primary key are known as candidate key. Okay. So if we have to choose the primary key, we have to choose out of the candidate key only. I'm coming to that in the next. Okay, so first of all, let us understand this. In the sales table, there are two fields: the cost order ID and product ID. Okay, now the same customer can purchase the different products. Then what will happen actually, in the sales table, okay, column customer ID alone cannot be a primary key. as many products can be purchased by the same customer, thus the same customer can have multiple entries. Similarly, column product ID alone cannot become a primary key, as the same product can be purchased by different customers. All right. So hence, composite key is customer ID and product ID, as records can be retrieved uniquely by using both the tables. And however, if you take it individually, it does not guarantee any uniqueness. That's what the thing. So that is why customer ID and product ID together has become a composite primary key. All right, that is the thing. So any duplication will not be possible. Suppose if you think that again 001 and P001 you will enter, you will not be able to do that. Okay, that is the thing. So here that you see here 002 again purchase the product P001, but if you take it individually, then what is happening? Then you will think that this is the primary key, then how we have entered? No, it is not like that. It is actually the single key but containing two different fields. Okay, that is what it actually shows us, the uniqueness. Okay, and each key is coordinating with other. Okay, that's what the thing. So that's what, no uniqueness can be guaranteed if you take them individually. Okay, that's why here we have to make this particular set of keys as the composite primary key. Now let us come to another one, that is the candidate key. Here you can find all types of keys and all. So alternate key has not been given in your syllabus, but it is still there. Okay, so let us discuss also that one. Okay, so the candidate key actually, so not the primary key, it is the candidate primary key. It is saying that the because from the candidate key only we have to choose the primary key. Okay, a table might have one or more fields that may be eligible to be the primary key, that uniquely identifies the records or tuples. These are called candidate keys. Okay, okay, maybe some bit spelling mistakes are there, so it will be I will also give you the presentation, okay, of this one PPT presentation. There the spellings, you just rectify it. Okay, and as much as possible I will do that also for you. Okay, uniquely identifies the records or tuples. These are called candidate keys. Okay, like you see out here, student ID cannot be duplicated. Okay, because two students cannot have the same ID. Okay, roll number also cannot be duplicated. Okay, so email ID also cannot be duplicated. Okay, so these are all coming under the category of the primary key. All right, sorry, candidate key. So all can be the primary key. Now out of these three candidate keys, okay, we have chosen student ID as the primary key. Fine. Other two fields we have not taken into consideration, means we have not considered them as a primary key. All right, so these two keys will be called alternate key or secondary key. All right, understood? Once more, here student ID, roll number and email are eligible to be the primary key. That's why they're coming under candidate key. All right, so it is the definition says so. Okay, so now among these three candidate keys, we have made student ID as primary key. All right, now other two keys we have not considered as primary key, then they will remain in the table but in the form of secondary or alternate key. Okay, so if a table has been given to identify which one is the candidate key and which one is the primary key and all, then you will be easily will be able to do, and the alternate key even you will be easily able to do. Okay, so these are all the keys, and here we are ending the concept of database management system. After this we will use MS Access in order to implement this particular thing as in the form of practical. All right, that is the thing. So you study this one and just take the concept of this one, and the illustrations have been given also. Okay, and the explanation have been given also. So both the things we just go through, I think will not have any problem in doing MS Access, okay, which is the main software when we use database management system. Fine, thank you.